Hello world and welcome back to Let's Play Harry Potter for the PS1. Last time we did our potions class and then got trapped in the dungeon while looking for fireflies. This time we're going to go on and do our defense against the dark art class, and because I'm a rebel, I'm going to slide down this banister. Whee! Right, here we go. So, what we want to do is not go up there yet. I want to come in this door because there's something I want to show you before going to defense against the dark art class, because you can't show it afterwards, and that is this person here.
Professor Quirrell placed these platforms to test his students, but I can't figure out how to get at them. I think I need to attend the defense against the dark arts class before I can stand on them.
So there we go, this is just to stop you from coming in here and getting really confused as to what you're supposed to do. So there's a hint about what we're going to do in defense against the dark arts. But I want to talk to her again, and this is the reason why I wanted to talk to her.
I still haven't figured out how to get up these platforms. Any ideas? I heard that you-know-who went to school here. You know, Voldemort. Oh dear, I hope nothing bad happens to me for saying that.
So two things. First of all, I think that's the first time the main big bad of Harry Potter has been name dropped in this game, and also another person that says "oh dear." I love it. But anyway, as you can see, this room is actually like the hub section for this game. Or not this game, sorry, for this this area for the dungeons. This is the hub area. It's got 3 ways coming off of it. We'll be back in here in a bit, but I just wanted to show this off now because that girl won't be there after we do the defense against the dark arts class. Also, there's a save book in here, just in case you weren't swimming in enough of them. So yeah, let's head on up here. And before that bell rings me to death, I'm going to head into the defense against the dark arts class. So here we go. I wonder what we're going to do with those platforms and what we've got to learn. But first, we've got probably one of the most annoying pre-class challenges in the game. So here we go. This is a mission where you have to try and get across these books. So as you can see, if I go into first person, and I may have screwed this up already, this is quite a tight challenge. So, oh book, not now! The books are trolling me. Right, okay. I think if I just angle it down enough, there we go. Right, I got it. So, as you can see, oh, never mind, this is not one of them. So, what I wanted to do is flipendo those Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, just in case some of them fall down, because they can do that. So, I just wanted to do that because also down here are some more Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, so I want to jump down and grab those now before climbing back up. And what you want to do is wait for these books to expand and then jump across them. This is easily one of the most annoying and difficult pre-class challenges, because this book here in particular is a nuisance because as you can see, it's very tight on how long you have to actually climb up them, and that second book is always a nuisance to drop down on. Sometimes you overleap it, sometimes you just underleap it. It's a pain in the arse. I may have miscalculated this. I probably wanted to jump to this book first. Yes I did, I'm really taking risks, aren't I? I am not doing super chill at this. I was super practiced at this before doing this. This is the one I think I was thinking of. Yeah. So as you see, when you shoot that, it didn't do it. Okay, it's making a liar out of me again. But as you can see, there are more Bertie Bott's every flavour beans here down on the floor. So what you want to do is you want to collect those up first and then climb up here and jump across there. I always suggest just doing that anyway, shooting those first, because there is a good chance that they will just fall on the floor randomly. I think there's a little bit of physics involved, which is determine where they fall. So what you want to do is you want to jump to this middle platform where it is in the first place, and then collect up the beans without falling off, and wait for it, because these books actually have multiple positions that they can go in. So as you can see, that's where we want that one, but that book is nowhere near where we want it, so we have to wait for it, and as you can see, it's a troll, so you have to wait until you have the exact right configuration, because I would jump across there and then I would have nowhere to go and I have to redo the entire thing and wait again. This is why it's so difficult. It's because the books like to trick and troll you, so you have to wait for this combination, because this creates the right pathway to get across. So there we go. Don't worry, there is no like other bonus for doing it quickly.
Welcome, young Mr. Potter, to Defense Against Dark Arts. You're just in time. Gather round, class. I'm Professor Quirrell, and this is your Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. You may begin, Harry. Today we'll learn a most powerful spell, Verdimillious. Get ready.
So here we go. This is our new spell, Verdimillious. So
That was good.
the way this works is, once again, we just have to
Excellent.
press all the buttons in the right order. So
Perfect.
nothing too difficult.
Concentration, please. It's going to get difficult.
Okay, now that we're learning our third spell, there's something I want to point out that you may have noticed as well, is that as we
was
did each
good.
class, we got an extra set of ring challenges, like a set of
Excellent.
ring patterns to do every single time. They slowly increase. I didn't point this out earlier because there'd be no context to really compare to.
Watch out for this one.
So, okay. This is going horribly.
Oh dear.
Okay. That did not go well at all. So as you saw there, it tries to
was
trick you
good.
by going back to square. It got me. It got me there. It managed to trick me.
Excellent.
So yeah, this isn't too bad. This is fairly easy. As you can see, there are 3 tiers
Perfect.
to this one. So not too bad. It's just the standard way of learning spells in this game.
You may now enter the chamber one at a time to practice the Verdimillious spell.
Nothing too difficult or too challenging. I mean, I did get it wrong once, but let's put that aside for now.
Now, Harry, let's see how you defend yourself against the dark arts. First, cast your Verdimillious spell toward the darkness. Observe how the Verdimillious spell flares, forcing back the darkness, lighting the path across. Follow the path quickly, as your spell will only hold off the darkness for a brief time. Good luck, young wizard.
So here we go. This is how the new spell works. Basically what it does is it illuminates all of these invisible platforms so that we can actually jump in it. If we were to jump onto those now, we would just fall straight through it. So not exactly the best time because you will lose health and probably throw you back a bunch of areas. But yes, what we want to do is use the Verdimillious spell and illuminate all these platforms. So as you can see, we can now jump across them. So nothing too bad. There we go.
Impressive. 5 points to Gryffindor.
As I was saying earlier, you don't have to worry about getting a bunch of extra points for doing the time trial really quickly. There are no extra points there. It's not a problem. Or I've never got them, so maybe it's just something I don't know again. But you always get 5 points for doing this bit, no matter what. So do not worry if you take forever like I did on the pre-class trial. So let's head back through this door and see what we're going to do next. So,
Harry, I've been waiting for ages. Do you remember that Dumbledore said that the upper castle is out of bounds to all students? That must be where the stolen object is. Let's split up and look for a way up there. Good luck, Harry.
I like how she says that the upper floors are out of bounds. Let's put a pin in that for now and wait until the end of the next episode, because a point will come up where makes that whole statement about the upper floors being out of bounds really, really odd and strange. But anyway, let's climb up here and slide on down, and as you can see, we need to get out of here now. We're now done in the dungeons. We've learnt both potions and our defense against the dark arts, so we've got nothing else to do down here. So if we head back this way, the way we came, to get out of the dungeons, you will see, if I spin the camera around, that door is still locked. So we can't go back that way. We're going to have to go into the room with the Verdimillious spell platform. So let's slide down these, because rebel without a cause. Harry Potter, rebel without a cause. Let's slide on down and come through this door. And what you'll see when I come in here is, one, that girl is gone, and now we can access these platforms. So I have a bit of a funny story relating to the Verdimillious spell. So when I started university, I think my 3rd year, we didn't have internet for a really long time. We were supposed to have it when we first started, but we didn't have it. So basically it became a running joke in our house to mock Virgin Media, because those were the provider we were supposed to have. We were mocking Virgin Media, but as we had nothing else to do, we just played this game. So this spell basically became, every time we would use this spell, it would just be Virgin Media instead of Verdimillious. It was more fun to yell that out of frustration that we didn't have internet. But I don't mind it all that considering the fact that it allowed me to play this game again. And I loved this game so much. I'd forgotten how much I loved this game as a kid, and playing it again at uni was just like beautiful. Chef kiss. But anyway, during all that bit of me rambling about my past story and stuff, I collected a bunch of beans climbing up there and jumped over to here. So you have 2 ways that you can go. You can either go through this door, or that one over there. This one leads to completely optional stuff that you don't have to do. If you're just running through the game and you want to get to the end, you can skip this side. But if you go over to that door over there, that leads to the next part of the game. The problem is, once you go through that door, it will lock behind you and you cannot come back. If you want to do this optional stuff, you have to finish the dungeon and then run all the way back around to come to this. It's not too much of a bother, but it is a bit of a pain, so I prefer to do it now. I'm just going to come through this door and do all the optional stuff in this episode, and then next time we're going to go through all the actual main part of the dungeon, the second half of the dungeon. So coming in here, once this is loaded, and that finally starts to make sense, that picture. Actually, maybe it doesn't, that's in a different area, never mind, disregard what I said. As you can see, there's a bunch of these thin bookcases. So, I just realised those bats fly out of the black holes in the wall. I was wondering what the black holes in the wall are. They are literally just big holes, and it's where the bats come from. Anyway, as you can see, there's a bunch of these thin bookcases. So, if we go behind the bookcases, we're going to have a bunch of minigames. So, going on in here, we have a loading screen. That's not a minigame, that is a loading screen. That is not what I'm looking for.
Hello, Harry. I've got a bit of fun for you. Within the time limit, use your knockback jinx to push the cauldrons onto the heated grills. If you get them stuck in a corner, come and see me. Good luck.
Okie dokie, here we go. So this is the challenge for the dungeon. So as Nick said, you have to push these cauldrons onto the heated grill. You do that with Flipendo, you push them across and they will slowly move across, and then they'll go onto the grill, and then it will produce an effect like that. So it'll make this like ring effect that tells you that it's in the right place. Something to note though, you cannot push cauldrons, you cannot push cauldrons if they're adjacent to a blocks like that. So you can't push it diagonally either, you have to push it either horizontally or vertically. Also, something to note, you cannot push it like away from a wall. So as you can see, you've got this like wall around the grid. If you try and push it away from it, it will just get stuck. You can only push it either horizontally or vertically parallel to the wall. So keep that in mind. I'll explain it more in the next challenge because there'll be a better example of it.
Well done, Harry. You've pushed all the cauldrons into their correct places. Here's a famous witches and wizards card for your efforts.
So here we go, we've got ourselves another famous Witches and Wizards card, the first one of the episode. I wonder who it is.
Bowman Wright.
So let's have a look at this card, make Harry run all the way up out of the dungeon somehow. He's managing to escape the dungeon just to view a card. So let's view them in the Folio Magi.
Bowman Wright, 1492 to 1560. Famous for developing the golden snitch.
So Bowman Wright, he's the one responsible for Quidditch. He's the one responsible for all of our suffering. I'm joking. I love Quidditch. It's just there's so much of it and the controls are a bit naff. I like to rag on it. Anyway, going back to the dungeon, like forcing Harry to run all the way back down all of those stairs into the dungeon, sending him back all that way. He's like, why? Why? I'm out of the dungeon, please. Just let me go. No. Back to the dungeon you go. Sorry for the little jump cut there, had to cut away real quick. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, I'm having to dash off to do other things, but never mind that. So let's carry on with the episode and climb up here and do our next challenge. So that was the first one. So in this one, we're going to have a much better demonstration of what I was saying about you can't push blocks in from the outside. That last one didn't really have a good example of it, but this one will.
Hello, Harry. I've got a bit of fun for you. Within the time limit, use your knockback jinx to push the cauldrons onto the heated grills. If you get them stuck in a corner, come and see me. Good luck.
So here we go, same as before, just a little bit harder. I think we have one extra cauldron. I think we had 3 in the first. I think there's 4 in this one. So as you can see, if we were to try and push these cauldrons to the obvious one, it would obviously get stuck on that block at the bottom because, as I said before, you cannot push it away from a wall, or you cannot push it away from that block. So it will just get stuck there, so you have to use this cauldron. And as I just showed there, you cannot flipendo things back off a wall. You have to flipendo them parallel to the wall. So this block here, you can either push it up and then go to the left, or you push it down and go to the left. But do not push it all the way, otherwise it will get stuck. So let's just bring it down here towards this block now that we've got it away from that block on the right. And something I just want to make a note of here quick is if you push this cauldron all the way down to the bottom here, you might think that's a good idea. It's not. It will then get stuck. So they've set this challenge up purposely to make it so that you think of the solution that is the most obvious is the right one. But it's really not, because it gets a bunch of them stuck. So this one would get stuck on the far wall. If you push it across, you would not be able to get it off. And you would not be able to get it onto that vent. So they made this challenge to test you, to make you actually think about what you're doing, because a lot of these cauldrons, if not all of them, can get stuck somewhere if you push them towards the wrong vent or push them the wrong way to the correct vent.
Well done, Harry. You've pushed all the cauldrons into their correct places. Here's a famous witches and wizards card for your efforts.
So another card, and this one is, I think I recognise that picture. This one's actually quite a famous card.
Cassandra Verblatsky.
Not who I thought it was. Okay, it's not the card I thought it was going to be. Never mind, we'll save that for later. So yeah, sending Harry back up again, all the way back up all of those stairs. Oh, we're monsters, aren't we? I'm a monster.
Cassandra Verblatsky, 1894 to 1997, celebrated seer and author of Unfogging the Future.
So there we go, this is just another card that's just, it's not like super important, it's just a bit of fluff from the books. I always liked in the books where they had these random characters that they added just to, fluff it out a bit. But yeah, let's send Harry all the way back down to the dungeon, trap him back down there again. God, we're so cruel. I think this is the third time? Yeah, the third time in the time we've been in the dungeon, trapped down here, that we forced Harry to climb all the way back out. But anyway, never mind. Let's not think about the cruelty to avatars in games and just come into this room. And as you can see, we have these bubbly vent things that push us upwards. They levitate us. So we saw these last in the grounds. So basically we just want to float all the way up to the top of this room. I don't know what the point of this room is or why it's supposed to be here or why this is safe. But, Hogwarts, who cares about safety? So let's head over here and push this bookcase open. Come on in. And do the last of these dungeon challenges. Let's call it the pot challenges, cauldron challenges. They are the challenges.
Hello, Harry. I've got a bit of fun for you. Within the time limit, use your knockback jinx to push the cauldrons onto the heated grills. If you get them stuck in a corner, come and see me. Good luck.
So this one is easily the hardest challenge out of all of them. I am going to have to really speed through this one and do it as quickly as I can, because luckily I didn't hit one randomly. That is something you can accidentally do. You just flipendo in the wrong direction and hit a cauldron by mistake. But yeah, I'm going to have to do this one super quick and get through all of them, because I think there's 5 cauldrons in here. And we don't have a ton of time. There isn't a whole ton of time to do this, so let's flipendo that. There we go. That's another one. And flipendo this across and that up. So we're going to send this one up this way, because I could send that over there, but then okay, that was lucky. That was lucky. That's not where I was intending to send those. So I was intending to send, let's send this one up. Go up. There we go. Send that one up, then this one down. I'm so worried I'm actually going to flipendo them into the wrong place. So what we want to do is make sure to flipendo that one down, but this one up first so that we can get to the right side of that one. You want to also make sure that you flipendo this up one more, otherwise it will get stuck here if you put it in this position, because you can't send it anywhere. And that wasn't as bad as I thought, so that one wasn't too bad once you know what to do.
Well done, Harry. You've pushed all the cauldrons into their correct places. Here's a famous witches and wizards card for your efforts.
So there we go, that is another, and I do recognise this one. This one is the one I was thinking of. This is one of the really famous cards.
Godrick Gryffindor.
So there we go, I bet a bunch of you know exactly which character that is. So let's view the Folie Magi and send Hagrid all the way back up to go view it. No, not Hagrid, Harry.
Godrick Gryffindor, medieval, dates unknown, co-founder of Hogwarts, gave his name to one of the 4 Hogwarts houses.
So there we go, that's why I know this one off by heart, because it's one of those ones that's super popular, super rare, super whatever you want to call it, because it's obviously one of the founding houses. So let's send Harry all the way back to the dungeon for a 4th time, and coming back to this room with the bubbly elevators, I'm going to do the most logical thing any human being could do, and that is to just jump to my death. No, not really, it will levitate you, it's fine, don't worry, you won't take any fall damage, but I like to think that I just don't give a damn, I just jump off. You know, Hogwarts doesn't care about safety, why should I? So there we go, we've done that, and with that, we have done a bunch of extra bonus stuff that isn't super integral to just finishing the game. This is bonus stuff to get 100%. Now that we've done that, we're going to end off the episode, because what I want to do is leave all of the main path for the next episode, because once you go through the door, there's a bunch of bunch of cutscenes and stuff that you have to go through, and then a bunch of other stuff, so it would take a bit too long, and I want to keep all of that in one episode, make it more of a complete package. So now that we're done with all of the bonus stuff down here in the dungeon, next episode we're going to carry on with trying to escape the dungeon. So until then, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD, and I'll see you next time.